Yo, yo, what up? What up? Prince Sports here. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, we got to cap it off with the intro, of course. So I'll be right back. Let my music play. I said, let my music play. Let's do it.
And now for our feature presentation.
Ten toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. Ten toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. Anything I do for the gang. Took those L's and I took that blame. All money in, we ain't copping no chain. Feel like Ice Cube cause it did good day. Don't need 3 whips, don't need no race. I'ma keep it simple in the Chevy I skate. Thank the Lord every time I wait. Lace my shoes and I get to that cake. Heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. This is all we ever wanted. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. 10 toes down, I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do for the gang. Pedal to the floor, to the engine. Head up in the clouds when I levitate. We don't spit game, we just educate. 10, 80, had a paper straight. Couldn't get it back then, so I had to wait. Now the money come to me, so I don't have to chase. I don't gotta flash nothing, I don't gotta fake, darling. We not practicing, we ballin'. And heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. Heads up, I'm coming. This is all we ever wanted. Go and stack it by the hundreds. This is all we ever wanted. I'ma ride with the gang. My whole life I've been doing my thing. Get that money, ain't no thing. Anything I do
What up, y'all? Drink the coffee. Prince Sports here. Drink the coffee. It make you feel better. Now, you may always hear me tell you drink the coffee. It make you feel better. Technically, that's not true. It's just a saying. But coffee does give you a little kick every now and then. Just don't drink too much of it, all right? Of course, you don't need all that caffeine in your life. Always drink healthy. The most healthiest drink you could drink is water. So in other words, drink the water. It'll make you feel better. But I hope everybody had a nice weekend. I get something to display to you guys. It seems like every week I'm facing some dilemma. And this week is this dilemma. This is my new dilemma right here. What you may ask? I got injured. I am now crippled. Yes, I walk with this. This is my new leg. Okay? I was playing basketball. Some kid didn't like the fact that I was probably scoring on him. You know, he heard word of mouth because I'm pretty known in the park. And he decides to cut off my landing spot when I'm shooting the jumper over him. So I'm shooting the jumper over him. He cuts off my landing spot. And my foot lands on his foot and it goes to another country. All right. It twisted all the way to the Philippines. My foot twisted all the way to the Philippines. Super damaged. Super hurt. Right. In tremendous amount of pain. I feel like I'm walking around with a brick on my leg. But also it's in a lot of buzzing, stinging, a lot of crucial pain, right? The first day I got it, I was able to walk for a few hours. After those hours kicked in, the next day, I couldn't walk at all. I literally had to crawl on the floor. When I mean crawl, I had to like slide on the floor to get what I want. Right. So I had to go on the floor. I had to move this way, move that way, but crawling on the floor. All right. I couldn't even get a glass of water because I was in so much pain. All right. Can't show you the pics, but right now I can't even put on a pair of shoes. Not a pair of sneakers, not my Wallabies. I can't put nothing on because nothing will fit my foot because my foot looks like a brick. All right. It looks like a brick. The size of a brick, and it's carrying weight like a brick. But so far, this cane has did somewhat miracles for me. It helped me out a lot. I should have got the crutches, but I settled for this. I should have went with the crutches. If I could take it all back, I would have went with the crutches. But this was such a, a quick buy. I just took it, because I needed it quick. So I ordered this cane. Amazon, it came the very next day. And the rest is history. That's how I got crippled. And that's how I'm walking. I don't know if it's going to be like this for a couple of weeks. I suspect that I'm going to be injured for at least the next 3 weeks. Right? So no physical activity, no running, no jumping for the next 3 weeks. I will be hurt. So that's what happened on my weekend. So I hope y'all had a better weekend than that. And here's a funny part about it. Now, here's what I did that was crazy. Instead of going home and icing my leg, I played on one leg. I played on one leg. I was scoring countless times on one leg. Everybody at the park was like, this guy's not even 100% and he's getting buckets. Because I got basketball IQ. I know if you take something away from me, I'm going to use something else. Because you have to be a diverse scorer. See, a lot of these people who play basketball these days, they're not diverse scorers. They don't know how to score countless ways. If you take one thing away from them, that's all they know. I know a guy that shoots the 3-ball. But if you take that 3-ball away from him, he ain't got nothing else. If you guard that 3-ball, he got nothing else for it. Nothing. He can't score without that 3 ball. And you put pressure on him, he can't score mid-range. He can't attack the basket. So the key to being a good scorer is to be able to score numerous ways. Post up. Take your man off the dribble. Mid-range jump shot. Right? Finish with both hands. You got to be able to be a diverse scorer if you're going to be scoring. But, yeah, that's what happened to me on that weekend. It was tragic, man. It was tragic. I'm still, right now as we speak, I'm still in pain. Oh, God, I don't even know why I even chose to do a live stream today. But, you know, my Eagles put on the show. Speaking of my Eagles, we were down 26-7. It looked like it was going to be a blowout. I said, okay, we're going to suffer our first loss of the season. But no, the Eagles came back. The Eagles came back. Not only did the Eagles came back, we came back in the most impressive way, being down 26-7. Come back to win the game, 33-27, I believe. What a game for the Eagles. And we beat the Los Angeles Rams. What the best team in the NFL. The most underlooked team in the NFL that get no credit. We constantly win every single year. When I mean win, we're on a title contending team every single year that get no credit. We have a winning record every single season, but you pay it no attention. We compete for a title every single season, but you pay it no attention. We go to the Super Bowl twice, lose one, win one. And I believe we're going to go back again, but you pay it no attention. But this year, when we won the Super Bowl, we proved to y'all that, hey, they weren't pretenders. We're contenders. We are contenders to the highest degree. We won the Super Bowl. All right? They won. So they are the best team in the NFL until somebody beats them. That's how it is. In order to be the man, you have to beat the man. Just like in basketball, the best team is OKC. Until you beat them, it is what it is. Now, I want to go over the rest of the NFL games too, but I want to talk on something else, a different sport for a minute. I want to talk about boxing. Terrence Crawford. Not only is Terrence Crawford the best fighter on the planet, but he beat Canelo in a more oppressive fashion. He got a unanimous win over Canelo. He went to Canelo's division and beat that man. He didn't catch him at a catch weight. He didn't tell him to come down to 147. He said, I come to where you at, and I beat you to where you at. I wanted to beat you at your very best. And keep in mind, he was older than Canelo and still won. Now, you want to compare this to Floyd Mayweather. A lot of Floyd homers like to sit there and say, oh, Floyd schooled Canelo. If Floyd schooled Canelo, how come he won split decision? How come Canelo went down to Floyd's weight more closer? He had to catch him at a catch weight. And Floyd still couldn't dominate him because he was coming into Floyd's world more than Floyd coming into his world. The fact that somebody thought it was a draw between Floyd and Canelo proves my point that Floyd don't dominate fights as much as Terrence Crawford do. Period. Terrence Crawford got nothing to prove. He's 42-0. He's the best boxer in the world. As far as I'm concerned, you could start doing a countdown to measuring his legacy to how great he is. He's an undisputed champion countless times, something Floyd has not done ever in his career. Canelo said himself that Terrence Crawford was better than Floyd. And he said he couldn't figure out Terrence Crawford. So that means you didn't have problems with Floyd. You missed a couple shots, but he didn't give you problems like Terrence Crawford did. Terrence Crawford rocked your bell, LL Cool J style. Boom. You seen that shot that Canelo took from Terrence Crawford? He was like, ooh, what was that? Yeah. Yo, what up, Brandon? Brandon, this is how I'm rolling. Yes, Floyd dominated at 130, 135 without a question. He was knocking people out. I will never take that away from him. My problem with Floyd is when he went up in weight. The fights was either mad to boring. And he couldn't dominate. Remember when, even though he beat Shane Mosley, I thought that was a good fight. But Shane Mosley almost knocked Floyd out. Floyd had to catch Shane Mosley and hold on to him until the seconds ran out. Shane Mosley, old ass Shane Mosley, almost knocked Floyd out. If Floyd didn't hold on to him, he would have been knocked out. He caught Floyd with a two-piece combo that knocked him out. Floyd was wobbly. His legs were shaking. He held on to Shane Mosley, and that was it. I never seen nobody do that to Terrence Crawford. I'm just saying, Terrence Crawford deserves to be mentioned amongst the greats. I don't care if you think Floyd is better, but give Terrence Crawford his props. But yeah, I'm crippled now, Brandon. I'm walking on one leg. Some guy thought it was cool to take me out in basketball. He invaded my jumping space. So when I came down, this is his foot. This is my foot. Crack. My shit went all the way to another country. So now I'm walking around with a foot the size of a brick, which is problematic because it's costing me bread because I can't get up to go to work, which I don't like. Of course, you could always, sick day it in and all that other stuff, but technically it's still costing me money and it's wasting my vacation time or sick time because I got injured with a damn guy that don't know how to play basketball properly right. Now, to his fairness, he did apologize. He was very apologetic about it. But these kids these days, they don't want to get showed up. I was older than him. I was giving him buckets. He couldn't take the fact that he was getting embarrassed. So, and I said, don't take it personally. I've been playing basketball for years. I know all the fundamentals. It's just another game for me. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very dirty play. You invade the player's space when he coming down. He don't get no space to come down. So when he comes down, your foot is perfectly sealed. You don't have to worry about nothing because he's going to land on your foot and twist his shit. And that's what happened to me. Man, the Bears beat the fucking brakes off the fucking Cowboys this week. The Cowboys, your season was over with from week one. The minute week one started, the Cowboys season was over. The only team that I fear that I'm worried about is Washington. Washington scares me. As an Eagles fan, Washington scares me. Yeah, man, it does. Yo, B, I can't barely walk, son. I'm crawling on the floor. The second day was painful as a mug. At least I could get up now. Like this, I could get up like this. But as you can see, I can only get up with the cane. I use this pressure to get up from the cane. So this is my new leg for at least 3 weeks. But shit happens, man. You take a chance when you play basketball. That's why it's always good to be safe because, hey, sports is dangerous. You play one game, could be your last game. All it takes is one simple split second, and you're never going. I don't know if this injury is going to make me worse. I could never be the same again, probably. I may move a tad bit slower. I know since I'm older, it's going to take time to heal. This may be like a career-ending injury for me in terms of playing at a higher level, or at least a level that I'm used to at my older age. And I can't even play at that no more. If that's the case, I don't want to play no more. I'm not like these dudes that keep playing sports if I can't win no more and I can't play at the higher level. I don't want to do it. I don't want to just rank up bullshit stats and lose games. I care too much about winning to do that. I don't get that LeBron James, I'm stat padding syndrome. I don't want to do it. No, LeBron James to play basketball till he's 50, just so he can have a record that nobody could catch up to. I don't care. What's the point of keep doing that if you can't win? You're gonna put all millions of dollars into your body, and you can't win basketball games no more. What's the point of investing all that money into your body if you're not winning anymore? You know? The 49ers is also 3-0. Your Bucks is 3-0. My Eagles is 3-0. But we are still the best because we are the defending champs. And it's about time you start giving us our credit. Because every season we compete for a title. And people don't give us our credit. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL until somebody else says so. It's just straight like that. Ooh, I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for that one. Me and Z going to go at it. Me and Z had our battles in the past. And we're going to have one more good battle. A friendly battle. A friend. You know, it's always a respectable battle with you, Z. It's always a debate with you. You know. But when we're competing, we're not friends when we're competing. Just for that split moment. After the game is over with, we could go back to being best friends again. But when it's competing time, I hope you have the same drive and the same passion I do. You know, yes, your Colts. Yes, your Colts got busy too. Yes, sir. Your Colts got busy. Yeah, you know, man, I see how it feels. If I get out there and I feel like I'm a tad bit slow, I don't have my first step like I used to. I'm not playing basketball no more. I would flat out walk off the court and quit. I did my share of time. I played pro basketball for over 10 years in foreign countries. I got nothing to prove. This is why a lot of people at that court don't understand why they can't outplay me. It's because I've been playing basketball for so long. You know, it is what it is. Dennis Green, the Bears are who we thought we are. No, the Cowboys are who we thought. I love that. I love that quote. I love that quote. That made my day. Thank you, Brandon. That made my day, man. Because I've been having a rough week. I'm glad you said something like that. It made my day. Put a smile on my face, man. Put a smile on my face. Your wide receiver core is one of the best in the NFL, and Baker is playing like a top 5 QB, says Zach Sports. Okay. I mean, I give it to you. You know, we're going to see next week, though. We're going to see. You know, we're going to see what's up next week. You know, y'all still didn't win, though. Y'all still ain't got that ring. You know, but yeah. Man, lots of going on, even in hip hop. I normally like to cover this hip hop stuff on my other channel, but the whole Harlem looking bad. You got Jim Jones, Cameron, Dame Dash, all beefing. Y'all all from Harlem. Y'all making Harlem look bad. You know, it's not a good look for your city when everybody beefing with each other. We had the same problem in QB when Prodigy was beefing with Nas. OGs had to sit those two guys down and say, y'all stop acting like idiots. Y'all supposed to be pushing the brand. Y'all supposed to be making the world recognize what QB all about. How y'all going to be arguing and beefing with each other when your parents know each other? Your cousins know each other. Y'all best friends went to high school with each other. Y'all look stupid. All y'all doing is just going to make somebody get hurt for no reason. And then y'all going to come back and wish, here, you know what? I wish it didn't tuck place like that. You know, you're going to end up getting somebody killed that you care about, that all three of y'all care about, all for stupid shit. You know, y'all grown ass men. Stop acting like stuff. The only guy that I would say handling it mature is Cameron, because Cameron, he not running off with the mouth. When Dame talks shit about him, he keep quiet because he don't want no beef. You know, I am glad that hip hop is coming back to the same way. A lot of these older artists are making content again. I like that. Yeah, we couldn't get along. That's the problem with any rap affluence neighborhood. Harlem, Queensbridge, Marcy, Brooklyn. None of them dudes get along. Too much egos, and everybody wanted it for themselves. But if you realize that you all are in one, all pods of the same, all peas in the same pod, you would have came together and you could have made something special. You could make the world realize how talented you was. Instead, you're doing this pointless beefs that you're not going to do nothing about anyway, because we all know you're going to go back to friends. Look what happened to Prodigy and Nas. They came back friends anyway because they know it was some bullshit. That's what's going to happen with Jim Jones and Cameron. It's just a waste of time. I mean, they could be just doing this for internet publicity. Real chatty patty. Yeah, like Dame be lying a lot, man. You say you own companies and this and that. What's going on with Dame Dollar, man? You know, I know he's a little bit bitter because of the fallout with Jay-Z. I mean, personally, I can't even imagine how that feels. So I'm gonna give him some credit on that. Jay-Z's a billionaire, and he came up with Dame Dash from a business standpoint. And Dame Dash don't even got nowhere close to $1 billion. You should have been eating just as good as Jay-Z. The fact that the Beanie Singles, the State Property, Memphis Bleak, all these dudes not eating what right. The only guy that came out on top was Jay-Z. And that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. They should have put themselves better situations financially. Crawford showed Canelo. Yeah, Crawford is a beast. Crawford is an all-time great. You know, and he's just as good as Floyd Mayweather, if not better, especially at 147 and up. That's what I keep telling people. No. It is what it is. And Floyd would have never faced Terrence Crawford in Terrence Crawford's prime and no weight class. He would have waited till Terrence Crawford got old, lost a couple of fights, and didn't fight him. It's as simple as that. And Canelo, not even the greatest Mexican fighter. No disrespect. I get him at number 3. I put him at 3. You got Roberto Duran. To me, Roberto Duran is number 1. Then you're Oscar De La Hoya. And then number 3, you could probably go with Canelo. Because Canelo never been knocked out. I give that to his credit. But he do got problems with per boxers. You know, he said he was easy working. And he did this with 20 pounds extra. You have a fat Terrence Crawford fighting a guy in the division he has no place being in. 20 pounds Terrence Crawford outclassing Canelo in his own division. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Oh, yo, y'all got to be prepared for the Tank Davis fight with Jake Paul. Also, I want to tell y'all the Adrian Broner and Cameron situation. Y'all heard about that? Here's what I don't like. Earl Spence Jr. is going to be fighting pretty soon too. He's making a comeback. Cameron. Here's something I don't like about Cameron that he did. He kicked Adrian Broner off the podcast because Adrian Broner was flirting with a girl on the podcast. Now, I got a little riff with the girl too because she was sitting there giggling and laughing, and your man is there. Shouldn't you have common sense to say, hey, sir, can you not talk about me like that? My man is here. Do you even, this is what problem with some women. You don't respect the man that you with. You're in a relationship with a man and another man is flirting with you and you're sitting there laughing and giggling about it. And you don't check that man. And shame on him for not even checking that man too. Why does Cameron have to check Adrian Broner for another man's girl? Where they do that at? What generation are we living in? You supposed to be the man of the house. You supposed to be the alpha. That's why a woman is with you, to serve and protect. What is responsibility without no authority? Is slavery. So why the fuck Would you let Adrian Broner even violate like that? If that was the case, he should have stepped in and she should have said something. So I'm looking at if that was my girl and she did something sideways like that, I start questioning her. Like, maybe she for the streets. I don't know if I could trust this girl. Yeah, men, stop being simps, because women don't like that. A woman is not being with you to see another vagina. She's not with you for that. You're supposed to be the alpha. You're supposed to be the man. No. This is the reason why they say good guys finish last. Because you could do all this good stuff for a girl, and she is, he's nice. He's like a brother to me. But that alpha dog, that man that got that Kobe Bryant mentality, that man that got that Michael Jordan mentality, he always going to get that dime piece because he ain't afraid of shit. What the fuck are we doing? You know, now Adrian Broner, he's not in the right state of mind. The guy's an alcoholic. He had boxing talent. He let it go down the drain because he went back to the streets to sell drugs. I can't even blame nobody. That's his choice. You gave up millions of dollars to do street activity. You smoked it weed. You spoke drinking. You didn't train. You didn't keep in good shape. You're fat. You're out of shape. You didn't take boxing serious. You had all the talent in the world. And you had a mouthpiece game that was better than Floyd Mayweather. Adrian Broner's shit talking skills was way better than Floyd. It was more funnier, more sarcastic, and sometimes it was flat out, downright disrespectful on some hood shit. Oh, that chocolate give her brother type 2 diabetes. She is a fine sister. I give you that much. She is a fine woman. You know, she is a fine woman. I give you that much. You know, but Adrian Broner fucked his career up. But for Cameron to kick that guy off the podcast, which is the right thing to do, but then when he go, you talk about that man greasy behind his back after you just said you got love for him. You said, hey, that's my boy. I got love for you, Adrian. You know, you my boy and all. But then the minute he leaves, he turns his back. You do some sucker shit. That ain't Harlem. That ain't New York. I ain't from Harlem. I'm from Queensbridge. But I fuck with some people from Harlem, and Harlem niggas don't do that shit. New York niggas don't do that shit. We got a problem with somebody, we're going to tell you to your face. If you was man enough to kick him off the fucking podcast, you should be man enough to tell him he a junkie to his face. You waited till that man leave the podcast and call him a junkie after you looked him in the eyes and said that was your man. If I'm cool with you and I give you the look, I look you eye to eye as a man and I say, hey, I got your back, brother. Brother's keeper. I'm rocking with you. But unfortunately, we can't do this right now. Blah, blah, blah. I just keep it moving. I'm not going to talk behind you, behind your back. And if I had a problem with you, I give you a call. That goes for anybody. That's for all of you guys here. Like, if we even if we had a fallout, I'm just making an example. Brandon, let's say we had a fallout. I'm not going to talk about you online. I'm going to call you over the phone. I'm going to hash it out with you as a man because you're my boy. You feel me? Easy. Because I'm pretty sure most situations could be resolved with a simple conversation over the phone. Not with this petty bullshit. That's ugly. That's an ugly look for Harlem. And I got love for Harlem because I used to shop on Harlem a lot. Shout out to Harlem, Lenox Ave. All of that good shit. Now, I love me some Harlem. Yeah, like, that's mad disrespectful. You look that man in the eyes and say he was cool. And then Adrian Broner, even though he was in the right state of mind, he said, yo, Cam, you a good brother, man. You know, you still looking out for me. You still paying me my money, even though I came on your podcast and I act a fool. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing? Come on, Cam. Man, I feel like you don't even really got no love for Adrian Broner like that. You know that man wasn't in the right state of mind, so you just used him for a podcast. That was fucked up. And that's that fucked up energy. But he did get on air and apologize, but still, some dangs, man, actions speak louder than words. The fact that you talked about that man behind his back means that you would talk about another man behind his back. I'm just saying. He's like, AB. I don't think AB would violate anybody these days. The man is just off his rocker. Oh, okay. AB was cocky as hell with it, but he got the gift of gab. The way he talked, you would have think that, hey, you from New York with that mouth? Because he know how to spit that shit. His mouth game is enough to get millions. He had a better shit talking game than Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather's shit talking game got a little stale. He said the same thing over and over again. It's like I'm a robot. Yeah, he a hell of a fighter, but I did my work. I knock him out. You know how Floyd is. He say the same thing. Oh, but Adrian Broner, he brought the hood to boxing. He really brought the hood to boxing. He was fun as fuck to watch. Before his even before his fights, he was entertaining. Remember what he did with Paulie Malignaggi? He slept with that man's girl. I mean, listen, man, that's violation within itself. But then he said, "Hey, I beat his ass, then I tuck his girl," and had his girl on videotape. I mean, not on videotape, on audio. That's savage moment, man. That's savage. You remember that? Y'all remember that? He's like, he transformed. Yeah, that's true. Paulie was lit up because after the fight was over with, Paul thought, okay, the promotion is over with. Adrian Broner still said, hey, I beat his ass and tuck his girl. Paul was pissed off. He was pissed off. Yeah, he took his side piece. I'm glad y'all remember that piece of boxing. I'm telling y'all, when y'all talk sports with me, it's always all across the board because the channel is called Prince Sports. It's not called Prince NBA. We talk everything here, man. I follow all sports. That was a savage moment for Adrian Broner. But he did get the brakes beat off him by Sean Porter. That's a fight I thought he should have won because Sean Porter is a one-dimensional boxer. But Adrian Broner wasn't focused for that Sean Porter fight. And his most embarrassing moment, y'all know Adrian Broner's most embarrassing moment was losing to Marcus Maidana. Marcus Maidana beat the brakes off Adrian Broner. And then Adrian Broner did that whole humping thing on Marcus Maidana. Marcus Maidana got him back like, okay, you want to do that Fugazi shit with me? I'm gonna knock you on your ass a couple of times. And that's what he did. Marcus Maidana tucked the mouthpiece away from Adrian Broner. He ended Adrian Broner's career. He was never the same fighter after that fight. That fight was the most embarrassing ass whooping I seen in a while in boxing from a guy that was a favorite. Man, Ravens ain't winning no Super Bowl, And Taysom, I'm glad that you actually watched some boxing. I'm trying to get Taysom into boxing. He's too much of a UFC guy. We got to get him into some boxing. Brighten your horizons. Brighten your horizons, man. We beat the Chiefs last week, baby. Eagles Nation, we 3-0. Yes, sir. Who got the brakes beat off from the day? I think it was 34-3. Now, come on, man. Don't do that. Boxing ain't boring. Don't do that. Don't do that. Boxing is definitely not boring. If you actually watch a couple fights, you would take that wording back. Come on, Taysom. Don't do that. You're breaking my heart, bro. You're breaking my heart. Don't do that. Yeah. Because when you put that pressure on AB, he don't know how to counter. He don't know how to counter. Floyd Mayweather was a good counterpuncher. So if you put pressure on Floyd, boom, clocking you. Boom, clocking you. Then you be like, oh shit, okay. Maybe I should stop pressuring Floyd because every time I miss a punch, he hit me back. You know, that was the difference. Yo, Taysom, before this year over with, I'm gonna have you into boxing. The Bengals got destroyed. Is that the 34-3? The Chiefs right now is up on the Giants, 6-0. They got to make a comeback. If they can't beat the Giants, they're problems. They got problems. 49ers won off a kicker. That's the one part about football that always pissed me off. Did y'all feel the same way about this? Don't y'all hate when a football game ends off a kick? I hate that. I hate when a football game ends on a kick. I just hate that. That aspect of the NFL, I always hated. Oh, come on, Taysom. Yeah, speaking of sports, Taysom, do you know the NBA is going to not count? You know how the heave shot, when you try to make like a 3-point shot in the last few seconds of a quarter, that shot will not be counted against your field goal percentage no more. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't know if that makes a big difference, but that's a new rule that the NBA will be changing. You know, you can't wait for this NBA season. Why? What are you so dying to miss? A lot of guys are hurt. Your team is hurt. Your team ain't going nowhere. So, what are you looking forward to? Okay, the NBA is your number one sport. That's why. Okay, I understand that. I get that. All right. You know, won't argue with that. If that's your favorite sport, that's your favorite sport. You ain't gonna get an argument out of me. You know, salute to you. 44-13, the Seattle Seahawks. Oh my God, that was a beat. That was a beat. You done with the Sixers and the NBA? Yeah. Ooh, okay. Okay, Taysom. Taysom trying to be politically correct. Okay. Yeah. So the Chargers beat the Broncos. That was a solid game. I liked it that. Zach, your Buccaneers beat the Jets. The Steelers beat the Patriots. The Panthers. Oh my God, the Panthers. 30-0. 30-0, bro. He said this Chiefs game is boring. Yo, stop using that word for sports, man. Come on, man. Stick with it. Stick out with it. What is an entertaining football game for you, Taysom? Guys just scoring left to right, no stoppage, no defense. Yeah, Seattle looking real. We actually agreed on that. Remember when we did the preview for the NFL? We said Seattle was the surprise team, you know? Oh, Giants just scored? The Chiefs better not lose to the Giants, or they're in real trouble. Baltimore versus Buffalo was the game of the year. That's a good game. Oh, game of the year. The Dolphins I picked as a surprise team too, but they lost to Buffalo. Buffalo always does good in the regular season. Yo, Taysom, I'm crippled, Taysom, from your favorite sport, basketball. Dudes trying to play dirty. They don't want me giving them buckets. So I gotta walk. I gotta walk like this. This is officially how I have to walk with this damn cane. I wanted to get the crutches, right? Let me just move this camera up a little bit. I wanted to get the crutches, but I can't. You know, y'all see my New York apparel, baby. Damn. Still in a lot of pain. Nah, I'm not. I'm not Derrick Rose, but I sure feel like him this time. I barely get hurt playing basketball. You know, this is like a rare thing to ever happen to me. You know, but you know, he did the dirty play. His foot was here. My foot came on it. It twisted. End the conversation. You know. Oh yeah, you know it. Mets in the building, baby. New York Mets, Queens, New York. You know how we do. Been a Mets fan since I was a little kid. Remember, we used to do Queens Day in Queens, but that's back then when they called it Shea Stadium. My first sport game. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna share a little secret with y'all. My first sport that I ever fell in love with was baseball. I used to collect baseball cards. I used to go to Met games. So I've been a baseball fan since the very first day I started getting into sports. I got into basketball because of the block. The hood got me into basketball. We had a basketball court in the projects. We had a basketball court on the block up on 21st Street in Ravenswood Projects. Brothers used to go down there and ball. And from there, I started becoming a fan of basketball because it was very accessible. Baseball wasn't that accessible. You had to get the gear. You had to get all that other stuff. So eventually, basketball became over baseball because I had more access to it, right? Then after basketball, I fell in love with boxing. You know, started out with the welterweight division from the 80s. And then my very first boxer that I really gravitated to because I felt like I could relate to him was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was from New York. He spoke our language. We loved him in New York. He was rapping for the hood. He was from the projects. So Mike Tyson was knocking fools out. Mike Tyson was giving people a business. You know, and Mike Tyson is an all-time great. His career went down the drain when he went to jail and his trainer passed away. That's when the legend of Mike Tyson got destroyed. Other than that, Mike Tyson was a beast. A guy with punching power like no other. They say getting hit from a punch by Mike Tyson was like getting hit by a ton of bricks. So those are the three sports that I fell in love with on my come-ups, right? Then everything just trickled down. I got older. I started liking golf when I got older. I became an adult when I liked it golf, right? Because I started making friends in different places. A lot of guys was from the suburbs that I met. They weren't from the inner city when I got older. And they started playing golf. So, yeah, that's how I got into golf. I never forget, I was walking on Long Island one day. I was on the golf course playing golf on Long Island, New York. I'm walking with golf clubs. I'm not knowing the culture of Long Island too well. I'm walking with golf clubs in Long Island. A cop car stops me, right? They never seen a black man walking in Long Island before. You know, these dudes all in my pockets, searching for my ID. They think I stole the golf clubs from somebody. They think I broke into somebody's house and I stole the golf club because God forbid a black man is walking around with a pair of golf clubs in Long Island, New York. So that made me realize that, hey, you're going to have to be careful when you go to certain neighborhoods and certain places. Queensbridge ain't the whole world. They do shit differently in all different neighborhoods, you know. Good life lessons to be learned when you go into certain neighborhoods. But golf, Tiger Woods was it. Tiger Woods made me a golf fan. Loved it, golf from Tiger Woods. Then it just trickled down. Then from golf, it went to tennis. Before you know it, I'm liking every sport. Serena Williams was my go-to person for tennis. It wasn't the men's division, it was the women's division. Serena Williams was the person. She was the it girl for me. Then from Serena Williams, I went to Jennifer Capriati. Then all these other girls started playing tennis. And I started noticing, like, tennis had, like, some of the hottest looking women. Real talk. Tennis had, like, some of the hottest looking women, especially in the early 2000s. Right? Anna Kournikova. She couldn't play tennis for worth a lick, but she was a very beautiful woman. Serena Williams in her prime had curves like no other. Serena Williams was fine from a body standpoint. You know, Compton from the hood, you know, brothers was like, man, Serena, thick boy. You know, niggas just love Serena, son. You know. You know, but yes, tennis got it. Oh, and oh my God, gymnastics. I got into gymnastics from the Olympics, but then you see the gymnastics got some of the most brutalest women that do gymnastics. There's a girl now, I think she's half black or half Filipino. She's Asian. I forget what she's from. I think she was dating some black dude. She was from Team USA. Man, that's a gorgeous girl. That's a beautiful woman. I became a fan of gymnastics. I gotta watch her more, you know. So every sport had that one person that gets you into it. You know. But tennis had it, man. Tennis had some beautiful women. That was a beautiful sport to watch. Shit. You know. But oh man. Woo. My leg is right now it's in some, as you see, I keep moving around because I'm actually in pain. You know, my leg is actually like throbbing. Well, not my leg, my foot. Let's just be correct. But it's throbbing, you know. So I'm in pain as I talk to you right now. Shit, man. In the words of Ice Cube, you know how today was a good day? Today wasn't a good day for me. It started out ever since Friday. I always getting hit with these setbacks, you know. But what a victory for my Eagles. We came back 26-7. We even stopped a field goal kick, you know. But speaking of that, do you guys like that field goal aspect of football? And you probably like it if your favorite team has to do it to win a game. But I never liked a game ending on a field goal kick. What about y'all? Did y'all like that or no? I know it's part of football, but I never liked that aspect of football, so to speak. You know, it's the Eagles' first loss coming next week. We shall see, brother. We shall see. We shall see. You know. Speaking of boxing as well, I want to see Callista Shields versus Muhammad Ali's daughter. Now, that's a good boxing fight. Papoose, tell your girl to get in the ring and fight Muhammad Ali's daughter. That's a fight people want to see. He said, yeah, but see, a win's a win. You got to take it because I can't be a hypocrite about it because if my Eagles won off a field goal kick, I'd be like, hey, a win's a win. I'd be saying the same thing Brandon be saying. So I got to keep that same energy, you know. Let me see. Yo, I was listening to Vernon Maxwell, and he told me a story of him guarding Michael Jordan. And he said, he told Michael Jordan, if you keep scoring on me, we're going to fight. I'm going to swing on you. And Kenny Smith was like, what you talking about? He's like, he disrespecting me, Kenny. He disrespecting me. You know, he making it too easy. You know, I'm going to swing on this move. So, fair enough. Sure enough, Jordan scores on him again. Next thing you know, he swings on Jordan. Mad Max was a fucking nut job. This dude struck fear into people. All right? He was a feisty dude, man. He was a feisty dude. He struck fear into people. He wanted all the smoke. All the smoke. So shout out to Mad Max, man. You know, he said he didn't get no sleep knowing that he had to guard Michael Jordan the next day. That's how it was playing against Black Jesus. Now you gotta listen to some of these Jordan stories, man. They're crazy. Jordan and Kobe got the most out of this world crazy stories. No, crazy stories. Like the Amon Shumpert story he said about Kobe. He said he was having a good game against Kobe, and Kobe went up to him before the fourth quarter started and said, "You had a good game, young fella." And Amon Shumpert was like, "I had a good game. The game ain't over. You still got the fourth quarter to go." Kobe said that to him because Kobe was about to kick his ass in the fourth quarter. You know, so the fourth quarter starts. Kobe Bryant is giving the Knicks the business. He giving Amon Shumpert the business. And the coach is looking at Amon Shumpert, and Amon Shumpert is like, "I don't know. I didn't say nothing. You was talking off with the mouth, and you got the Black Mamba mad." That, yo, man. Talking about Amon Shumpert versus Kobe Bryant. That story, that funny story that he told that made Kobe Bryant go off in the fourth quarter. Kobe said he had a good game in the third quarter, young. You had a good game. You know, these stories is out of these stories is outrageous. I remember J.R. Ryder. He was playing on the same team with Kevin Garnett. They tell this story a lot. And they said, we was playing against Mike. We was having a good game against Mike. You know, so Kevin Garnett is on the sideline saying, yeah, JR, bust that nigga ass. Get Jordan. Get at him, son. Get at him. And the whole time, Jordan is listening and looking at these guys talk trash. And J.R. Ryder was like, "Yo, chill out, KG. Chill out. That's Black Jesus." So he goes up to Jordan and he says, "Jordan, listen, man. Kevin Garnett don't know what time it is. You know, he don't know right from wrong. He's just a young kid. He don't know what's going on. You know." And he said all Jordan said to him was like, "Yeah, all right." And he said all you seen was Jordan give them the death stare. The fourth quarter comes around. I think it's fourth quarter or half. No, half. It's the third quarter. It's the half. They said they only score about like 2 to 4 points, and Jordan went off on them. You know, from 6 to 7 minutes of the third quarter, Jordan went off on these guys, and the Bulls won the game. You know, and they sitting there breathing like out of breath. And Jordan walks up to him and says, "You guys tired already? You wasn't tired when you was doing all that talking." I mean, you got to be careful who you talk to. When it comes to Kobe and Michael Jordan, leave them alone. Just play your game and leave them alone. You could talk trash to like a LeBron James because he's gonna just laugh it off. He ain't gonna have that mentality like that. But Jordan and Kobe, no, you leave them dudes alone. There's some guys you want to mess with, then some guys you don't want to mess with. And those are the guys you don't want to mess with. They could cost you a game. It could probably cost you a series. So, yeah, those are just some stories, man. But, yeah. Jerry Stackhouse said he was as good as Mike, half as good as Mike, and he should get half of the money. Yeah. Yeah, man, see? Jordan remembers. You ever heard that quote, Michael took it personal? That was Jordan. That was Jordan. He just needed a little bit of thing to piss them off. A little bit to fuel him. That's it. He'll use anything to motivate himself. That was it. That was both of those guys. Those Kobe and Jordan was like, their mentality was just like that. You know. So yeah, man. That's just how it was. You know. You ever heard the story of Steven Jackson in 2010? This Jordan was retired already. This when he was owner of the Bobcats. He said Jordan came in there yelling and screaming at the whole team, calling them this, saying they don't play defense, they don't do this and that. And he said they started to mouth off to Jordan. He was like, "Okay, old man, you don't know what time it is." You know, They said Jordan came back the next day with basketball gear on and played on the second unit and kicked their ass. A 50-year-old Jordan was out playing guys in their prime. Let me repeat that. A 50-year-old Jordan was outplaying guys in a prime on the second unit. And Steven Jackson was like, ever since that day, I never spoke trash to Michael Jordan ever again. I got humbled by Mike. You know, LeBron only takes things personal if it's on social media. That's it. He don't take things personal on the court. That's why guys get away with disrespecting him. And that's why he got 6 finals losses, because if he did tuck it personal, he might have had more championships by now. You know. You know. Oh, G Money, long time no see. What up, son? Is Brooklyn in the house? Yo, Jerry Stackhouse was a good player. He was a solid player. You know. But yeah, Jordan and Kobe are 2 guys you don't want to piss off. You know, for a 50-year-old Jordan to outplay a whole young team is crazy. LeBron is all about image on social media. He just like moving a narrative. Okay, that's what LeBron's all about. He's cut from a different cloth. He's more on the social media type of ish. You know, he's on that type of stuff. Yeah, Stackhouse was nice. Stackhouse was nice. You know, so yeah. Did y'all know one of the greatest basketball movies of all time, He Got Game, was based off Stephon Marbury? Stephon Marbury was one of the greatest guards to come out of New York City. A lot of people don't realize that. Stephon Marbury was a beast. He was a beast. He had a stocky body. He was more powerful than most point guards, so he could get to any spot on the court that he wanted. Stephon Marbury was a problem. You seen what he did in China. He should be a Hall of Famer. They should think about putting Stephon Marbury in the Hall of Fame just based off what he did in China. That man got a statue of himself in China. He was the Michael Jordan of China. Okay? Yes, my Eagles put on the show. We the best team in the NFL, baby. Until somebody beat us, it is what it is. We the best team. But Stephon Marbury was no joke. He may be a little crazy in the head, but Stephon Marbury was a problem. He was a problem. Stephon Marbury, Starbury should be a Hall of Famer. The stuff that man did. All right. He was, and it's not like he was a scrub in the NBA. He was an all-star in the NBA too. So the Hall of Fame is based off your whole basketball career, not just the NBA. So you have to take in play to what he did in China. You know. But who loved jacking up shots? Oh, you saw Stephon Marbury? Yeah. Stephon Marbury had a sick left to right crossover. Handles. Speaking of AI, he's getting a documentary. Y'all know that, right? On Netflix. Michael Jordan is pumped up to watch it because Michael Jordan said he want to watch that documentary of AI. AI is one of Michael Jordan's. Michael Jordan got a tremendous amount of respect for Allen Iverson, man. You should see the things he say about Allen Iverson. Jordan loved Allen Iverson. I think the players that Jordan has a tremendous amount of respect for is Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant. He loved those guys. He loved those 2 guys. So he's pumped up to watch that documentary too. So it's coming on Netflix, Allen Iverson documentary. You know, y'all should check that out. Starbury. I remember Starburys was popping in the hood. When you couldn't afford a pair of Jordans, you get yourself a pair of $9.99 Starburys. Yes, that's going to be so good. I'm day one. I'm watching that. I get some more in-depth stories of Allen Iverson. Spoiled basketball player, but played with the heart of a giant. This man was the average height of a guy that comes to play basketball 9 to 5 on your basketball court. Height-wise, Allen Iverson had no business being in the NBA, right? Or playing at that level that he did. Wow. Amazing. You know how, and Allen Iverson always said this of Michael Jordan. Some guys wanted to shoot like Larry, pass like Magic, dominate like Shaq, but I wanted to play like Michael. I wanted to be like Jordan. That's the words of Allen Iverson. So that man growed up idolizing Michael Jordan, wanting to be like Mike, you know, and Jordan returned the favor of gratitude. I mean, Jordan really loved that guy because he got a heart of gold. Allen Iverson is just a killer, and Jordan sees that in him. Jordan likes those killer basketball players. You know? Yeah, them Iversons was nice. Them Iversons was nice. Here's a question for y'all. If Shaq didn't play in the NBA Finals, and let's just say it was replaced with an average center, do the 76ers beat the Lakers? Because it'd be just an AI Kobe Bryant show. Because AI got the best of Kobe sometimes. Don't get that confused. Kobe never backed down from Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson was very hard for Kobe Bryant to stand in front of. Very hard. Allen Iverson was quick as lightning. Your honest opinion. Because the main reason the 76ers lost was because of Shaq. No disrespect to Kobe. Kobe's Kobe. But let's just keep it above. Shaq was uncontrollable, you know? Oh, okay. Okay. So let me ask you this much. Let's take Shaq out the equation. Who outplayed who more, Kobe Bryant or Allen Iverson? He said that would have been a 7-game series. Hold on, let me just see something for a minute. That's a good question. Kobe did have better fourth quarters. I'm glad G Money brought that up. That is true. But Kobe versus Allen Iverson, who had the better performance? Take the team aspect away. Let's just look at both of those two players. Who you think outplayed who more? Okay. G Money is going with Kobe. And if you can't pick, you want to make it a draw, just say it was a draw. You know, if you can't make a pick between those two who was playing better, just say it was a draw. Well, Kobe Bryant was always going to be more efficient than AI. AI is an undersized guard compared to Kobe. So if AI was 6'6", with that speed, I bet you he'd be efficient because a lot of shots would come a little more easy. Remember, Allen Iverson had to work 10 times harder to score on giants than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was 6'6", able to dunk on people. He said Iverson wouldn't be guarding Kobe. That's true. I mean, that is somewhat of a mismatch too. Yeah. Okay, but Brandon just gonna go for a draw. He's just gonna go for a draw because they both killers. They both killers. You know, they both killers. I'm gonna say it's a draw myself because we all know that the X factor was Shaquille O'Neal. The X factor definitely was Shaquille O'Neal. So yeah. Yeah, I'm saying a draw. I'm saying a draw because I don't want my head to hurt. I'm just like Brandon. The more I think about it, I'm like, damn, this is hard. you know. But Kobe's best finals performance to me was 2009. That was my favorite Kobe Bryant performance. My favorite Michael Jordan finals performance, but there's a couple. But from a dominant standpoint, the 1993 finals, Jordan was almost flawless. He is the most complete basketball player. He was going left, he was going right, finishing with his left hand, finishing with his right hand, post up, shooting threes. There was nothing Jordan wasn't doing in that 1993 series. He was amazing. He was amazing. Mid-range jump shots, layups, dunks. Man, it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to watch Jordan dominate the 93 finals. You know. Yeah, but 2009 is my favorite Kobe Bryant finals performance. You know, Jordan got a couple for me. 93, 91, 92 was incredible. You know, I loved it, that Clyde Drexler Jordan narrative. Oh, that was fun to watch. Oh man, that was fun. That was fun. 91 was, oh man, 91 Jordan was savage. You know, I mean, those 3 years was awesome. Those 3 years was awesome. So yeah. LeBron's best finals run for me has got to be 2016. The rest of them I don't care for too much. No disrespect. But my favorite LeBron finals performance is 2016. You know, it's 2016. Okay, see, Brandon going a little later. He going 97 and 98 was favorite finals performances from MJ. Mine was 93 and 91. You know, then 92. You know, then the rest. You know, but for LeBron James, definitely 2016. The Miami Heat title runs wasn't that impressive. You know, it's super team, but that championship, that 2016 championship was something special for me. That was one of my favorite NBA finals to watch. So thank you, LeBron James, for giving me that good performance. Say I'm not a hater. You know, just because I don't get him as a GOAT doesn't mean he doesn't have good finals performances. 2016 was my favorite. You know, you're going to always get an objective opinion with me. Always. I would never cheat y'all. So 2016 is my favorite LeBron James finals performance. Kevin Durant, I don't really have none. I don't care for the Kevin Durant on Golden State Warriors. I wasn't impressed. I give them props for winning, but yeah. So there's some players that went to the finals and won, but I wasn't impressed with their performance per se. Kevin Durant never impressed me in the NBA finals. I was never impressed. I wasn't impressed with those Golden State Warrior championships. Now, Steph Curry, his last championship, I believe 2020, was it? 2020? No, 2021? No, 2022. Winning without Kevin Durant and still winning with that same nucleus, so to speak, that same trio was special for Steph Curry. That was my favorite Steph Curry performance. You know. Yeah, yo, Michael Jordan was a man possessed against the Phoenix Suns because the Phoenix Suns on paper, but technically team-wise, Phoenix Suns was a better team. Phoenix Suns had multiple All-Stars. Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, and they had the reigning MVP and Charles Barkley. He was one of the top 5 best players in the world. That team looked at unbeatable. They had everything. They had depth. They had a better bench. Michael Jordan had to bring it against that team. He had no choice but to bring it against that team because it was so stacked. They had 3-point shooters. They had Danny Ainge. Fucking Dan Marley shooting from the logo. Kevin Johnson crossing people up, getting buckets. Charles Barkley rebounding, scoring, 3-point, mid-range. They had centers. They had size. They had Richard Dumas. You had a bunch of long-arm defenders, guys that play the 3 and play the 4. Oh, Timmy D, Yeah. 2003 was my favorite finals Tim Duncan performance. That's when they were saying, yo, Tim Duncan, who could guard you? You're the best player in the world. That's my favorite Tim Duncan moment. Absolutely. Mr. Fundamentals, Tim Duncan, 2003. Favorite moment. Absolutely. Yeah, 1999, he was still young. You know, that was a hell of a run, though. Your rookie year, so to speak. Something, you know. Magic Johnson, rookie year, 1980. Favorite Magic Johnson finals run. Let's see who else. Shaq. Oh, yeah, it's got to be the Shaq days. My favorite Shaq performance in the finals probably was against the 76ers. I think Shaq was at his best against the 76ers. Absolutely. My favorite Shaq finals performance is against the 76ers, 2001. Absolutely. They swept the New Jersey Nets. That was just a yeah, that was just whatever. You know. Ooh, okay. That's a good performance. Shout out to G Money for picking that one. Only reason why I don't pick that one, G Money, is because Kobe Bryant became Kobe Bryant in that final series. Remember when Shaq fouled out? Kobe Bryant had to do his thing. So that wasn't fouling out is not my greatest Shaq moment. So I have to go with the 2001 for me. Oh, 1986, Larry Bird's fit. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. 1989, Bad Boy Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. It's my favorite Isaiah Thomas finals moment. Absolutely. My favorite Isaiah. Yeah, 1986 Larry Bird was a fucking problem. Great shooter, mid-range, post-up problem. Yes, Isaiah Thomas. 1989 Isaiah Thomas. It's my favorite finals performance from him. Let's see who else. I said Steph Curry was the 2022 for me. Oh, yes. 2006 D-Wade, problem. Best finals performance ever from D-Wade. That's his best finals performance. Yes, he did. He made them boys spin it. He beat Kareem. He beat Magic. That's no easy feat. Beating two of the top 5, 10 players of all time is not easy when they play on the same damn team. Not easy at all. Oh, yes. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon against Shaq. That's his best finals performance. Easy. He had competition. He outplayed Shaq. Shaq would tell you that Hakeem made him feel small. Shaq even said Hakeem outplayed him. So let that soak in. Let that soak in. One of the most dominant players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal, said Hakeem Olajuwon spoke them. Spoke them. Facts. And for Paul Pierce, 2008, Paul Pierce was the man. He outplayed LeBron James. He outplayed Kobe Bryant. Paul Pierce in 2008 was a problem. He beat two of the greatest basketball players, top 10 of all time. Give Paul Pierce his respect. Give Paul Pierce his credit because he was going toe-to-toe with both of them. He guarded both of them, and he wanted smoke with both of them. Paul Pierce, 2008. Problem. Yeah, he hurt a lot of feelings in 2008. He made Kobe Bryant cry. That's the time Kobe Bryant said, I'll push myself to the limit. He made Kobe Bryant come back stronger. Kobe Bryant was pissed off at that finals run. That made Kobe stronger, but that made LeBron James back down even more. LeBron got shook after that. It was over for LeBron with Paul Pierce. He had to go to Miami. Yeah, he made Paul Gasol cry too, man. Shit. He was a problem. 2008, Paul Pierce was a problem. Give that man his respect. Oh, yes. Big Ben, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Chauncey Billups, one of the most underrated players of all time. He had a good run. He had a good 5 to 6 year run when he was Mr. Big Shot. Yes, he was. Big time. G Money, your boy walking in a cane now. Everybody's looking at me like, hey, yo, P, we're not used to seeing you like this. You know, this is not you walking in crutches or a cane. Injuries happen to the best of them. Everybody get hurt. It happens to the best of them. Yeah, imagine one of the greatest defensive teams of all time is the bad boy Detroit Pistons. Another greatest defending teams of all time is the 2004 bad boy Pistons. It's like history repeat itself 2 times with both of those teams. 2 of the greatest defensive teams are Detroit teams from different eras. Go figure. If Melo was on the Detroit Pistons, he had a championship. Easy. He probably had more than one. He probably have 2. You pick Carmelo Anthony on the Detroit Pistons. Yeah. Brandon, yeah. Yes. Because keep in mind, that Detroit team was already championship ready. And you add in a guy like Carmelo Anthony, who was arguably the rookie of the year, over LeBron James. I don't care what anybody say. Carmelo Anthony was the real rookie of the year. He took a team and led them to the NBA playoffs. LeBron didn't even make the playoffs in his rookie year. So I don't know why you're rewarding that. You just rewarded because it's his name. It's LeBron James. He got the award based off name. He didn't get the award based off performance. Carmelo Anthony was a better player than LeBron James in his rookie year. Put money on it. He wiped the board with LeBron James during their rookie year. He was a better basketball player than LeBron James in their rookie year. A better scorer, more NBA ready. He was ready. LeBron James was bricking shots while Carmelo Anthony was already beasting on grown men. Come on, man. He was bodying grown men, playing bully ball. Come on, man. And they both was on scrub teams. But Carmelo Anthony took Denver Nuggets from nothing to something. And he did it in the Western Conference, which was notoriously known as the better conference. You lead your team to the playoffs in the Western Conference in your rookie season and you don't get Rookie of the Year award, that's a travesty. That's a fucking travesty. Melo was better than LeBron James in their rookie year. In a couple seasons, he was giving LeBron headaches, hitting game-winning shots over LeBron James. Let's talk about it. I ain't lying. Carmelo Anthony should have been Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Melo. 2 to the Dome, Hall of Famer. I'm not saying Melo's a better basketball player. I'm saying that year he was better than LeBron James. LeBron James is a better basketball player than Carmelo Anthony. So LeBron fans, don't get upset. I know LeBron James is a better player. I'm talking about that one year. You know, that's all I'm saying. See, you gotta always double address names because people take it to the extreme. Before you know it, people are gonna be clipping me and saying, "Hey, this guy said Carmelo Anthony was better than LeBron James." Yes, Carmelo Anthony was always more gifted offensively. He had a better offensive bag. LeBron James was more athletic, without a doubt, though. All right, y'all. It's been fun, man. I'm about to head out, y'all. My leg is hurting. I got to get some medicine. Try to numb down the pain. But y'all have a good one. Great NFL week. I'm glad we got to talk boxing, NFL, hip-hop. We talked everything here. Much love and appreciation to all of y'all. I got to get well, man. I got to get better. I won't be working for the next few days, man. You know, it's all right. Y'all have a good one. Peace. All right, let me get my outro music. You know I can't leave without my outro music. Yes. Oh, G Money. Next time we go on live, come on and talk some NFL football. We gotta get this live talk going. If you have the means to do it, I don't know if no, you're busy or not, but yeah, come on. Let's get this talk back going. You know, I definitely want to hear my boy G Money's expertise. You know, I don't call you one of the smartest guys in sports for no reason, you know. So, let's see. What the hell is? Why can't I just log out here and it won't log me out? Don't log me out. Hold on, I gotta head out with my intro. But yeah, G Money, you get a chance. Let's politic. Talk some politic ditto. We could get laced to get busy in the staircases. Word up. Peace to unconcentrated scar faces. All right, y'all. Peace.